Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs ended up losing in a pitiful performance against the Florida Panthers in Game 7, 6-1. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to rebuild them. We're going to try to win a Stanley Cup in one season and at least try to go past the third round with this core four, which basically is unmovable in this game with the no movement clauses and no trade clauses. GM Pasta has to cook, and he has to lead the Toronto Maple Leafs to a Stanley Cup. If we're being honest, on paper, they don't even look that bad. A 95 Matthews alongside Marner and Tavares. I'd more so like Tavares in the second line, put Nylander up on that first line, but the depth is a definite concern, and of course, defensively, even though they did get better, they're not great defensively. Goaltending-wise, Stolarz and Wall are definitely serviceable. I don't think I'm going to make any moves there, but we got to improve our depth and maybe make our D-core a little bit better. The only problem that I end up running into is the fact that the core four, or should I say the core five, all have complete no movement clauses. So the fact that the chance, I should say, of me trading them are basically slim to none. We could get rid of guys like Carlo, McCabe, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, but honestly, if anything, I'd like to get rid of one of the core four, but right now, that is just not possible. First order of business is making some changes, although it is very limited considering the fact that like 17 players on this roster have modified no trade or full-on no movement clauses. We got McCabe, a second, fifth, another fifth, and Calle Yarncroc for Bowen Byram and JJ Peterka. I don't really see a lane where Buffalo accepts this. Totally unwilling. I'm going to throw a first-round pick into this trade, hoping that it goes through, and they're not comfortable with retaining salary. I'm going to completely change the trade here. We get Nyes and Scott Lawton, a first, second, and another second for Bowen Byram and JJ Peterka, and you can consider that a done deal. I have to be honest, if the Dallas Stars end up accepting this offer, they are dumb as a bag of pucks. We got Robertson, a first, third, and another third for Wyatt Johnston. They have rejected the offer, as I suspected. So let me go ahead and potentially sweeten this deal just a touch, adding in a second-round draft pick. And there we go. The Dallas Stars have just sent Wyatt Johnston to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Considering the fact that this is only a 3-year sim, I'm loading up and giving away all my draft pick assets. We got Hakanpää, a 5th, 6th, and another 6th for Nate Schmidt from the Florida Panthers, who we literally just lost to, and it's an absolute no-brainer for the Florida Panthers. I did not make a whole lot of changes, but I mean, I think the changes were needed. Johnston, Matthews, and Marner get a +5 on that first line. We got JJ alongside John Tavares and William Nylander, Bobby McMahon, Domi, and Pacioretty, and then our fourth line is our fourth line. Defensively, Byram fits in like a glove alongside Brandon Carlo. We get Tanev and Rodley, and then McCabe and Nate Schmidt, and in between the pipes, we're not going to make any changes. We got Stolarz and Joseph Wall riding us until the end. I swear to God, if either of these stupid bastards make a mistake, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Little bit of a slow start, but we have rallied very nicely. We are 19-8-4 early on here in the regular season. We should comfortably be a playoff team. I'm not too worried about that. If we don't, there's definitely going to be some big changes come off season time. We basically got to go all in pretty much every single season. So here we are at the trade deadline, 41-16-5, a very good record. First, third, and another third for Brock Besser. 50% retained salary. I mean, the Vancouver Canucks, this is a no-brainer. There we go. It has been accepted, and we are loading up for the postseason. Now, surprisingly, actually not really that surprising that the Toronto Maple Leafs finished second in their division, 52-23-7. A very good regular season. We got Montreal in round one. That should be a hell of a matchup as Florida ended up winning our division, and they were the best team in the NHL, winning the President's Trophy. We got Toronto number 2, so only team better was the Florida Panthers. It is cup or bust every single season of this video. Also, yes, if I sound a little bit slurry or I'm stuttering my words, dude, I'm like 5 or 6 drinks deep after watching the Toronto Maple Leafs get buried 6-1 in Game 7. Matthews is going to dominate the regular season, 69 goals, 123 points. We got Nylander with 95 and 46. Marner was decent. I mean, 87 points is not nothing to scoff at. Tavares hit 31 goals. Brock Besser is a nice addition to this top 6. And if we take a look at the goaltending, Stolarz is our starter. 1 shutout and a .917 save percentage. Matthews will go ahead, lead the league in scoring with 123 points. Also had the most goals at 69, second in as many seasons. McKinnon at 48. Connor was up there. Draisaitl was decent. Barkov was good also on the point side. That is plus minus. What am I doing? Reinhardt had 122. So the Panthers, if we make it past the first round, they're going to be a tough-ass matchup. We got Barkov with 121. Mikko Rantanen on Dallas is producing. Robertson was good. McDavid with only 103 for the goaltenders in the league. We got Bob winning the most wins. He had 44, and on the shutout side, he's going to lead there as well, so he might end up winning his third Vezina of his NHL career. And in round number 1, we got a rematch of 2021 against the Montreal Canadiens. Please, Toronto, I do not need a choke right now. Here we go, game number 1 of round number 1. Let's see if the Leafs yet again are first round exits. We got a 1-1 tie in the first period, or in the third period, I should say, of game number 1. As there we go, Chris Tanev on Samuel Montembeault, but Kirby Dach answers the bell right away. We're about halfway through this third period, and Dvorak will give Montreal the lead. This is not looking well, dude. It's only game 1, literally the first game of the playoff round, and already I'm hitting the panic button as the Montreal Canadiens are going to steal it 3-2. We now move on to game number 2. First period, 2-0 lead for the Habs. Carrier and Caulfield. Second period, Toronto definitely responded. Matthews, Tanev, and Domi as we enter the third. I am praying, oh my god, Cole Caulfield, hashtag the cock will score, makes it a tie game, and then Patty Laine, not even on the power play, will give Montreal the lead. What is going on, Toronto? 5-3 lead. We are getting absolutely shat on, and the playoff demons of Toronto don't look like they're fading as the Habs, they're going to steal both games on the road and take a 2-0 series lead. All right, a must-win game number 3. First period, 1-0 lead for the Habs. Caulfield again is absolutely torching us. Second period, 2-1 lead. Besser and Austin Matthews will respond, although we got to kill a penalty very early on in the third here. We kill it off. We're getting outshot 32-19. What is going on? Why are the Leafs getting dominated by the Habs right now? Diabolical, as Dvorak will tie the game up at 2. Late stages of this third period. Dude, it is not looking good for the Leafs. All right, it is playoff time. Overtime in game number 3. If we lose this one, dude, we are utterly and totally cooked. Down 2-0 already in this series. We're in Montreal for game number 3, and this is a must-win hockey game. Carlo moves it up the wing. Here we go. Come on, Toronto. Wyatt Johnston to Matthews. Winding up a slap shot, and he will bury it. His second of the night finally gives Toronto their first win of the series. All right, down 2-1 this series, entering game 4. No score at the first period. Second period, a 1-1 tie. Armia and William Nylander will get the lone goals in this hockey game, as it's going to be close yet again here in the third. 10 minutes to go in the third period. Montreal getting outshot 29-17. I mean, if we can tie the series up, that would be beautiful. I don't know why we're falling down to Montreal in round number 1, but we might have overtime on our hands yet again. Late stages of the third period. Are we going to hop in? No, we are not. Chris Tanev, with 1 second to go, will tie the series up at 1. Back in Toronto for a very pivotal game number 5. First period, 2-0 lead. Besser and Domi. Second period, 2-1 lead. And the Leafs, they hold on, a 5-2 victory in game number 5. And then we put the Montreal Canadiens on the brink of elimination. Game 6 in Montreal is in fact an elimination game, but yet we're down 3-1 after the first. Heineman, Laine, and Caulfield. Second period, 4-1 stomping. And unfortunately, the Leafs, they got to head to the god-dreaded Game 7 yet again. 44 shots and only 2 goals. Is that goddamn Carey Price between the pipes, or is it fucking Samuel Montembeault? I have no idea at this point. 44 shots and 2 goals is unacceptable. Game 7, do or die. Here we go. First period, no score in the hockey game. Second period, still no score. We're getting outshot 22-13. And the Habs right now in the 7th game of this series looks like the better team. They're on the power play. Luckily, we kill that off. 13 minutes to go. Come on, Toronto. All we need is 1 or 2. Montreal again. How many power plays are we going to give up, dude? 7 minutes to go. 6 minutes. This is a scoreless hockey game. Yes! Max Pacioretty on Samuel Montembeault in a Game 7. And it is a game winner as we're off to the second round. Well, we got to face our demons yet again. The Florida Panthers in round number 2. It is not going to be a fun series whatsoever. This Atlantic Division is absolute hell. Game 1, what can we do? Damn, we're down 3-0 after the first period. Second period, okay, we're back in this hockey game. It's not over yet in game number 1. Shots are similar. The score, there we go. It is tied. Tommy Matthews finally decides to step his game up. And then Jake McCabe, shorthanded, but Matthew Tkachuk will respond. It is back to a 4-4. Never mind. Austin Matthews, again, a multi-goal game in the playoffs. What is this, NHL 25? I cannot believe it, as the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to win game number 1. Definitely not going to get too far ahead of myself, considering the Leafs in real life went up 2-0, still ended up losing that series to Florida. 3-1 lead entering the third period, and we are going to do exactly what they did in real life and go up 2-0 on the Panthers, although this was on the road. If we can go up 3-0, this would be the biggest lead since World War II. First period, no score. Second period, still no score. As this does feel like a Florida Panther hockey game right now. Come on, Toronto, on the power play. What is that, a fucking 5-minute major? We cannot capitalize, though. 11 minutes to go. Come on, Toronto. Somebody got to score. Somebody has to chip in a scoreless hockey game entering the third period. What on earth is going on? 2 minutes to go. Are we going to get to overtime? Overtime it is, then. The core 4. This is a legacy game for y'all. Up 2-0 this series. You can take a stranglehold against Florida. Bowen Byram. Let's go full forecheck, full attack as per usual. Marner into the zone. Nice save by Bob. He was absolutely goated in Game 7. Matthews trying to center it, but Tkachuk is going to steal that. Here comes Florida the other way. Barkov, Sasha, deking. Barkov, shot. Nice save there by Stolar. Is that Stolar's or Wall? I honestly cannot even tell. It is Stoli, my goat. 17-25. Florida's going to win that draw. In, and there it is. In the back of the net. Matthew Tkachuk. Just like in real life, the Florida Panthers will not fall down 3-0. And all of a sudden, this has became a series. Did Stolars get baked before the goddamn game? What was he thinking? Ekblad finds Tkachuk, and my Stoli, my man, was way out of position, and it's in the back of the net. All right, this is, again, another must-win victory. First period, 2-1 lead for the Panthers. Bennett and Marchand. Mitch Marner gets us on the board, but we're trailing 3-1 entering the third. Dude, this series is literally going to mirror real life, is it not? Oh my god, a 3-1 lead in game number 4. Shots are 32-26. We're not beating Bobrovsky. We only have 1 goal, and the Florida Panthers, with 4 minutes to go, 4-1 lead. They tie the series up. I swear to God, if I made all those trades and all those changes just for it to be the same exact thing as in real life. First period, 1-1 tie. Thank you, JJ Pekturka. Second period, still a tie game entering the third. We are going to need a victory here. Oh no, Alexander Barkov on Anthony Stolarz makes it a 2-1 hockey game in the second round. Halfway through this third, can the Toronto Maple Leafs show any heart whatsoever and try to tie this game up? It is not looking... Yes! There we go. Bobby McMahon, late stages of the third, and we got ourselves another overtime on our hands. Overtime hockey in Florida for game number 5. What can we do? It is a 2-2 tie. Shots are apparently 0-0. Thank you, EA Sports. Sam Reinhart, hold up. I got to definitely do the forecheck for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They had no forecheck in Game 7, so here in game number 5, we need to at least have some pressure on the Florida defense. Brandon Carlo the other way, entering the zone. Johnston trying to take a shot. Steal by Ekblad. Here come the Panthers the other way. Matthew Tkachuk, deking. Oh my, over! What a save by Stolarz on the captain, Sasha Barkov. Uh-oh, Ekblad, he's stepping in. The defense has been activated. Matthews playing defense for $13.5 million. When is he going to score a fucking goal? Carlo, shot. Bob with a save. Down low, Carlo, back in front. Riley and Bobrovsky will flash the leather. 15 minutes to go in overtime. I got full forecheck, full attack. The Toronto Maple Leafs should be buying for a goal right now. Riley, play that puck over to Tanev. Tanev, back to Nylander. Here we go. Brock Besser into the zone. He's wiring one, and it's in! Brock Besser from damn near the Rockstar Zone will give the Maple Leafs a 3-2 lead in round number 2. It is elimination day. Toronto is on home ice. First period, 2-0 lead for the Florida Panthers. Are you kidding me? Reinhart and Barkov. Second period, yes, sir. Tanev, Tavares, and Nylander will respond. We got a 1-goal lead entering the third, and the Leafs potentially could be headed to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first. Never mind. Fuck, why did I get it so far ahead of myself? Aaron Ekblad, shorthanded. Shorthanded? What do you mean shorthanded? How? How do we have a power play and give up a goddamn goal? Toronto, you guys are a bag of bitches. What are we doing? And the Panthers score. With less than a minute to go, they get 2 goals, and we're going to... 3 goals! And we're going to a fucking Game 7 yet again. History is going to repeat itself yet again, is it not? I swear to God. Well, it was always going to be a Game 7. Here we are. First period, 3-1 lead. Domi, Pacioretty, and Matthews. Second period, 6-2 lead for Toronto, and we are headed to round round number 3. The final 4 are here. We got Dallas and Nashville, Toronto and Washington. Who is moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals? Hold up. Does that say the Nashville Predators, one of the bottom 5 teams in the league this season? What on earth? Here we go. Game number 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals that have not been said for the Toronto Maple Leafs for a long time. And we are going to get dominated in the 3rd period, allowing 4 straight goals and got absolutely stomped 5-1. We got to shake the cobwebs, just eliminate game 1 all entirely, and head to game number 2, where we are going to take a 3-2 lead entering the 3rd, and we get our get back, tying up the series at 1. As we move into game number 3 in Washington, 2-1 lead after 1. Ovi and McMichael will score for the Caps, 4-1 after 2, and we got dominated yet again as the Caps go up 2-1. Come on, Toronto. You cannot fall down 3-1 in this series. 2-1 lead for Washington. Wilson and McMichael, 2nd period. Oh my God, we're down by 2. Never mind. Tommy Egg Matthews, the captain, will step up, unlike in real life. Makes it a 1-goal game on Logan Thompson. 13 minutes to spare here in the 3rd period. We are out shooting Washington 31-30, although the gap is really closing as Washington, they're looking to take a 3-1 series lead. Late stages of the 3rd. The Leafs are just straight up running out of gas right now. Well, one thing I didn't know was the fact that the Capitals are 11-2 in the postseason, so they are an absolute wagon right now. 1-0 lead for Toronto. Thank you, Willie Nee, on the power play 2nd period. Still a 1-0 lead as the Leafs try to hold on to this hockey game with 15 minutes left to spare in the 3rd period. Elimination game for the Leafs, obviously getting outshot 33-22. But Bowen Byram will give us a 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead, and there will be a game number 6. Every game in this series is an elimination game from here on out. 1st period, 1-0 lead, JJ Peterka. It is still a 1-0 lead entering the 3rd period. Dominating Washington? I'm not going to say dominating. Shots are 27-17, but Brock Besser gives us the insurance marker on LT Logan Thompson. Will there be a game 7 back in Toronto for all the marbles to go to the Stanley Cup Finals? Can we do it? And can we complete the comeback? Well, yet again, it all comes down to a game 7. 1st period, oh my God. Nylander, Matthews, and Besser, a 3-1 lead. 2nd period, okay, Washington makes it a game. I cannot get too far ahead of myself. Oh my God, there goes our fucking lead, dude. Alexander Ovechkin, the greatest goal scorer of all time, makes it a tie game in game 7. We're getting outshot 33-23, but Wyatt Johnston, the trade acquisition that I brought to Toronto, gives us the go-ahead goal and the potential game winner to send the Toronto Maple Leafs to the Stanley Cup Finals. I guess it'll be the Dallas Stars that will be the victim of this year's Toronto Maple Leafs. With GM Pasta up front, dude, we cannot lose. First time since 67, they are in the Cup Finals. 1st period, 2-1 lead for the Stars. 2nd period, we tie things up and we take the lead, stealing game number 1. Can the Toronto Maple Leafs take a 2-0 series lead? It is 1-1 after 1. Heiskanen and Brock Besser, 2nd period, all tied up at 2, and the Stars will respond. And they're going to retake home ice advantage off a Mikael Granlund game winner. Game number 3, the series has made the switch to Dallas. 1st period, 1-0 lead. Thank you, Tommy Egg Matthews. 2nd period, a 2-2 tie, and we are going to lose back-to-back games off a Rope Hintz game winner. This is a very pivotal game number 4. I mean, it's either a 2-2 series tie or a 3-1 series deficit. Oh my God, a 5-goal 1st period? Where is the goaltending at? 2nd period, we are getting absolutely roasted and toasted as we got a massive hole to climb out of, down 3-1 to the Dallas Stars in the Stanley Cup Finals. It is an elimination game from here on out. Game 5 in Toronto. 1st period, 1-0 lead for the Stars. 2nd period, we tie things up at 1. Bobby McMahon, can we please somehow take it game by game? We got fucking Denny Gadanoff scoring in the 3rd period of a 2025 playoff round. What is going on right now? It's the Cup Finals. This ain't NHL 12. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Things are not looking too great for the Toronto Maple Leafs at all. Well, here we are. 56 seconds to spare. We're doing 3-1 in the series, 2-1 in the hockey game, and a potential elimination. And the cup is in the building. Oh, Stolars, dude. If you had to let that in, I would have came out on the ice and cracked your ass with a wooden spoon. A wooden spoon is on the bench, and I'm ready to crack some asses. All right, why is Steven Lorenz taking a fucking... Why is Steven Lorenz taking a face-off in the 3rd period on the penalty kill? Is Jason Robertson Second goal of the night. That is pretty much going to do it for the Toronto Maple Leafs playoff run. We made the Cup Finals, but damn, did we ever lose to a better Dallas Stars team. I mean, GM Pasta made it farther than any other previous Leaf GM. We lost in 5 games to Dallas, but overall, if they did that in real life, that would be considered a very successful season by the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, I can't really get on Matthews, dude. 18 goals, 30 points. He was good. Mitch Marner kind of showed up, damn near point per game. Wyatt Johnston was a great pickup. Only had 3 goals, though. Nylander, he was a -6. Probably the worst player out of the core 4, to be honest. Brock Besser did his thing. Pacioretty, this dude's like an 81 overall, putting up 7 goals in the postseason. And Stolars, you tried your best, brother. 3 shutouts, a .910 save percentage, 293 GAA, 13 wins. It was just not enough. Reinhardt's going to win the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy. Matthews will take home the Art Ross and Maurice Richard. The Norris is going to go to Cale Makar. We got Mikko Rantanen winning the Conn Smythe Trophy. Bob the Vezina and the Selke. That is going to go to Anze Kopitar of the LA Kings. Well, that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel. I would like to say thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.